All Blacks out on the field as well. Such a big game for these players. They know they can win here because last year they won in Pretoria, lost a little narrowly, little unluckily in Rustenburg. It's Anton Oliver, won't be up against John Smith this afternoon. Is that something that the All Blacks can take advantage of? Jerry Collins, well, they'll be watching out for him as well. Daniel Carter, always the focus of attention. I tell you, the fans, oh, there's the referee, Alain Roland. Richie McCaw, the captain. You'd be amazed at the number of supporters the All Blacks have here in South Africa. There's been a whole army of them camped outside the All Black Hotel this week looking for autographs, looking from the Cape Coloured community. They've come here for the test. So the All Blacks won't be without support here this afternoon. But boy, those New Zealand supporters here are going to have to make a lot of noise in there. What a day it is for Greg Rawlinson, of course, a native of Durban, now very much an All Black, and he really is looking forward to playing in this test match here. So let's get some thoughts from inside the All Black camp now as we hear from one of the non-playing members of the squad, hooker Andrew Hoare. Well, Andrew, thanks for joining us. Just come from the dressing room. What's the feeling like in the team?
No, I think boys are quietly confident and obviously do their basics and get their set piece right. I think we'll be in for a good game.
Played plenty of rugby in these grounds. I guess trying to take the crowd out of the equation's one of the prerequisites.
Yeah, I think we haven't had much luck coming over here as an All Black side, and Super 14 teams didn't go so well either. It's, if you look around, it's a special place to play, and just a privilege to be part of it, really.
You had a nice week training in the warm weather here. I mean, how have the guys responded to that? Did you enjoy it here?
Yeah, it's been great, you know. It's good warm weather, and we've been swimming in the middle of the winter, and I hear it's that cold down home. They've even cancelled the Winterfest in Queenstown, so much rather be here.
So just give us your thoughts on this match, the importance. Is the team sort of feel that this may be the key match in the Phillips Tri-Nations?
I think it is, yeah. Obviously, like I said before, we've come over here a few times and haven't had much luck, so to get a win here is definitely going to set us right for those Tri-Nations and later in the year too. Okay,
so set pieces a priority, but also they're pretty good at the intercepts. Guys have to make sure they look after the ball.
Yeah, you're right there. You know, they've got some special players out there that go for the intercepts and that, and hopefully, like, if we get our set pieces right, we can run them around a bit and just good and hard and fast out there, so it'll be a good game to watch.
I imagine it'll be a much nicer trip to Melbourne if you can get the win, so good luck, huh?
Cheers, yeah.
Well, what a crucial area of the game this is going to be. The line-out, Greg Rawlinson and Troy Flavel. Who would have thought 5 or 6 weeks ago that would be the All Black combination for their first test match of the Phillips Tri-Nations? Such an important area of the game, a real strength of the Springboks side. What's it going to be for the All Blacks? Is it going to be a strength or maybe a weakness? Well, we're going to find out, but it's such an important part of the game. We'll get some thoughts from Ian Jones as well when he joins us to talk about the All Black side. But before we do that, Carmo, well, he's been out in the car park. He's been around the ground talking to the commentators. Now he's gone, into one of the inner sanctums here at Kings Park in Durban. This, of course, is Sharks territory, and Carmo's gone into the Shark Tank.
Well, thanks very much, TJ. I've found myself deep inside the enemy camp here at the Sharks Supporters Club. Just have a little peek through there. The back stadium's here starting to fill up very nicely with the cars, the brides, the flags and the supporters. You look down here at the Sharks Supporters Club, all the black and white been replaced by the green as well. I've joined now with George Last, a member of the Natal the Sharks Supporters Club. Been here for 25 years, and mate, you've quickly changed your Sharks jersey to a Springboks one. And boy, there's some green and gold about.
Oh, we got some great guys from our Sharks team playing today for the Springboks, and we're very proud that we could actually make a Super 14 so great that we got some boys representing the Sharks in the Springbok team.
George, the momentum gained in that last 2 weeks of the Super 14. You had a home semi here, you had the home final here. Well, all that transferred, that buzz of the game transferred to this test.
I think just by 10 o'clock this morning we could feel that the real buzz, that passion, the atmosphere started that early, and we saw that 2 weeks ago in the semi-final as well as in the final. The boys were here early, and it's really the heart in rugby, and I think that's what the big game is today, to beat rugby.
George, give us a bit of a taste back there in New Zealand. This is very unique to world rugby, this Kings Park Absa Stadium ground that's filling up, but there really is a party atmosphere.
Yeah, and you can't believe it. I've had the pleasure to travel the Sharks to New Zealand, and I've never seen this atmosphere anywhere else. We might have had it at the harbour, North Harbour. We saw a bit of atmosphere, but the rain spoilt it. But I must tell you, it was fantastic to see that we can come back here and make it better.
What type of home advantage will that give your team? Of course, your skipper John Smith not captaining the side today. It's captained by Victor Matfield. But what's the home advantage?
I think the home advantage is the boys back here in this atmosphere, the passion behind rugby, and may rugby survive. That's what our home advantage will be.
Now, George, you and I have no control of the outcome of the game, but how are you seeing it go?
Well, I heard your prediction last night, and I really would like to say we want to take it by 8 points. And I really think that's all what the Sharks are going to be. Because there's Shark guys in there, I think the Springboks are really going to bring it home for us, especially on the home leg.
Well, thanks very much, George. And TJ, back to you. The atmosphere out here is very electric. I've driven past this place on the bus many a time heading to a test match here. Never experienced firsthand. I'm heading down there for a cold one right now.
Thanks very much, Carmo, and Carmo's going to come and join us in just a moment, talk about the All Black side for this test match here this afternoon in Durban, where it's a glorious day, but it's not too hot. That's the best news. You can see the shadow starting to come across the ground, and there's a nice breeze too, so it's a fine day. There's not a cloud in the sky, but it's not too stinking hot inside the stadium. Certainly some of the players who were here earlier in the year with Super 14 felt the humidity, felt the heat. Not going to be quite so bad. The sun could be a factor in the early stage, and the All Blacks are going to be playing towards that right-hand side of the screen, so maybe they'll get an opportunity to make the most. So as we take a look at the All Black side, with, of course, the strongest team that Graham Henry's been able to put on the field so far this year. Ian Jones has joined me, and Carmo, no two ways about it, the line-out with Troy Flavel and Greg Rawlinson. It's going to be such a key part of the game today for the All Blacks.
Winning quality possession is going to be the key to this whole game. Scrum, we have dominated there. The line-out's going to be a target as well. What a wonderful opportunity for both Troy. Rodney Sorialo at the back. We're going to be using, or the All Blacks, we use him a lot at the back of the line-out as well. And whether then we can disrupt enough of the Springboks ball on their throw, because John Smith not playing, when he went off in Cape Town last week, the Springbok line-out disintegrated. Maybe we could target that.
What are the other key areas of the game? I think the Springbok team feeds off other teams' mistakes, so I wonder whether field position and also just accuracy in maintaining your own ball are going to be other keys for the All Blacks.
Well, I think the territory is going to be a key to this game as well. And we've got with Dan Carter and Aaron Major, we've got better kickers than Butch James and Percy Montgomery, the kickers for the Springboks as well. Certainly early on in this match, the first 15 to 20 minutes is going to be a key with Skolkberger and co targeting Dan Carter. Okay, physically targeting, so that's when we need Aaron Major to step up to mark and step up to mark with his kicking game.
Yes, you also get the feeling that they'll try and do what they did in Cape Town a couple of years ago, where they'll try and get to Carter by putting pressure on the All Black halfback, and we saw Byron Kelleher clobbered a couple of years ago in Cape Town. It certainly did the trick for them. Let's get the thoughts now from the All Black coach, Graham Henry. Well, Graham, I guess the bar gets raised this afternoon here. Intensity goes up?
Oh, for sure. I guess it's the biggest test match we've played for a long time. Probably since playing South Africa last year. And that just brings the best out of people. I think the team's looking forward to playing. Great atmosphere, great conditions.
You won at Pretoria last year. I mean, how much do you use that as perhaps the model for the performance that you'll need here today?
Oh, I think it's totally different. Totally different teams. We haven't even talked about last year. I think South African rugby has improved a bit since then. So we just hope that we'll execute a good game plan and come out on top at the end of the day.
One of their strengths is obviously their line-out, but they have got John Smith missing from the side this afternoon. Now, while the South Africans are saying they're going to attack the All Black line-out, does the fact that Smith's not there perhaps give you an opportunity to attack theirs?
Oh, perhaps. I just think that's part of the game, isn't it? That's part of the big picture, and they've always attacked our line-out. Ever since I've been involved in the last 4 years, it's probably been happening for 80 years. So they'll attack our line-out, and maybe John Smith not being there may cause a wee bit of inaccuracy in the South African line-out, but Gary Both is a good footballer.
You've obviously, the team's played in some big stadiums, but the atmosphere in these stadiums here in South Africa, it's something else. I mean, very important to settle early.
Yeah, I think so. It's very important to be composed, to control our own emotions, and implement that game plan, and not get to let the atmosphere take over. So we just got to have a lot of control, a lot of personal control, a lot of emotional control, a lot of composure, and that's what we'll be trying to do. It's easy to talk about those things. It's easy sitting in the stand or sitting at home watching TV, but it's very hard out there. So that's the challenge for the team.
Thanks, Graham. Best of luck.
Okay.
So the thoughts there of the All Black coach Graham Henry. The theme song for this year in South Africa rugby ringing out around the ground. It's called The Time Is Now. Certainly is the time now, not only for the Springboks but for the All Blacks to step it up a notch on what we've seen so far this season. Ian Jones, we talk about the pressure on the All Blacks, and of course as World Cup favourites there's plenty of pressure, but I think there's a hell of a lot of pressure on the Springboks here this afternoon. They know they don't win this game, their Tri-Nations chances could be shot already.
You're right, Tony. Traditionally the winner of the Phillips Tri-Nations has been the team who's won away from home, this being the All Blacks first away, with a lot of expectations around this ground. What happened to the Sharks in the last 2 weeks of the Super 14, that's transferred into the rugby energy, which has been Durban this last week as well. The ground is full, it is a green blanket as well. The atmosphere is electric, it's a party atmosphere. That doesn't always suit the All Blacks either. They need to focus on the job at hand, and the opening 15 minutes will tell a whole story for this game.
We talked about the line-outs being a key area, and that it's been at times a weakness for the All Blacks, but let's look at their great strength, their scrummaging. Orstierant has come back, they're keeping him well on a very low work rate at the moment, sort of preserving him for 5 or 6 big games, but do you feel that the All Blacks might target him?
Without question, he's an absolute target. He hasn't played a lot of rugby. He's a very good scrummager, but what the work we can do, Carl Heyman and co can do in the scrum, will affect the work he does around the lifting, which is going to be a key at line-out time, and what he can do contribute around the rucks and more. So the energy we can sap out of the scrums will play in other areas.
How are you feeling, mate? I know you've had a great week here in Durban. Excited about this? Are you confident in the All Blacks' chances?
Well, I am confident in the All Blacks' chances, but the great thing about coming to a test match like this, Tony, is you and I and the supporters here, we have no influence on the outcome of the game. We can just enjoy it for what it is. This is one of the magical occasions in world rugby, an All Black Springbok test match in a wonderful stadium, wonderful conditions, so I'm just going to sit back like you and just enjoy it for what it is.
Okay, Carmo, thanks very much. I can tell you that there's a wonderful feeling of expectation around the ground. I think we could be in for a great test match here. Certainly was the last time the All Blacks played in Durban. Remember, that was the day Peter Van Zyl dropped in to say hello. And of course, it was also the day that the All Blacks won it and won the Tri-Nations with a late try. There have been many dramatic games here. Let's hope we're in for another one. Join us in a moment for the first All Black appearance of the Phillips Tri-Nations against the old foe, the mighty Springboks.
Coverage of the Springboks versus the All Blacks was proudly brought to you by Hyundai New Zealand.
The All Blacks' first ever test match in South Africa was played right here in Durban back in 1928. And the Springboks' victory margin of 17 points still stands as their best some 79 years later. Durban has never been a happy humping ground for the All Blacks, but just 2 wins from 6 starts. So it's with that background that Graham Henry and Richie McCaw bring the 2007 side to ABSA Stadium. Well, it almost goes without saying it's a beautiful afternoon here in Durban. Temperatures in the early 20s and no wind to speak of. They reckon about 100,000 have come to the environs of the ground, but only 53,000 will watch the match. The remainder stay in the car parks enjoying the traditional South African braai and a drink or two, no doubt. So the pre-match entertainment is well and truly underway here. And Murray Mexted, former All Black, was with me. And Murray, of course, you played in this city for a number of seasons. And this ABSA Stadium, or Kings Park as it used to be, is just a marvellous arena.
Oh, it is a fantastic arena. It was back then, and since then, of course, it's had a couple of stands clipped on the top, and it's just bigger and better than it ever was. In fact, you could almost get vertigo when you go up to the top of this stand. It's so steep. Osh wouldn't allow it in New Zealand, that's for sure. Look at the colour around here with the Zulu Warriors in the middle of the field and the shields and the colour, just colour personified. Wonderful environment.
Yes, and there's wonderful anticipation of this match too. There's a fair bit of confidence around Durban as well, as we have a look at the All Black front row, and it's the tried and true Anton Oliver getting the start here ahead of Kevin Mialamu, and that might have been a bit of a surprise. But of course, Carl Heyman and Tony Woodcock well and truly established. Well, who would have thought that Greg Rawlinson and Troy Flavel would have been in the second row for the All Blacks just a few weeks ago, but injuries have dictated that. The loose forward trio, which is well established now, with Richie McCaw, of course, the captain of the All Blacks, and So'ialo and Collins. So that is the forward pack. Byron Kelleher and Dan Carter in the halves, and Carter, of course, will be an influential player in this game. Midfield, the experience of Aaron Major and the youth of the 21-year-old Isaiah Toiava, and then the real pace on the wings of Joe Rokithoko and Sitivini Sivibatu. And of course at fullback for the All Blacks is Muls Muliaina, just coming back last week from a lengthy injury break. So that is the All Black starting 15 for the test match, as we have a look too at the Springboks, and we'll have a look at that in just a moment. And now look at this Springbok side, and of course the feature here is the fact that John Smith is not there for the first time in 46 test matches. Victor Matfield and Barkis Borta, 28 test matches they've been in combination now. And to the loose forwards, well, there have been a couple of changes here. Danny Rousseau and Bobby Skinstad were not in the original selection, but Skolkberger was. Into the back line, and Ruan Pienaar, a real comer at 23 years of age. Butch James in the number 10 jersey. To the midfield, where Jean de Villiers, the intercept king, and Jacques Fourie. And then, like the All Blacks, blinding pace on the flanks with Ashwin Willemse and J.P. Peterson of the Sharks. And of course at fullback, the vastly experienced 85th test match today for Percy Montgomery. So those are the starting lineups for the two sides, and a look at the subs bench for both sides.
That's because John Smith, whose record-breaking run as the Block captain, has been brought to an end by an injury against the Wallabies. It'll be a big moment for Victor Matfield as he becomes Springbok captain.
Quite awe-inspiring, this stadium at Kings Park. That grandstand there across on the far side, rising up. Imagine, Murray, a bit like the Millard stand used to do at Athletic Park in Wellington.
You can see that piece. That's the bit they clipped on. It's almost like a Meccano set. Well, here they come now, out of that tunnel and down the concrete path and onto the arena. Beautiful rugby ground. The touchline's so close to the spectators. Perfect place to look at the game.
So the All Blacks running out to our left.
Once again, welcome to those that have travelled a long way to support the All Blacks today.
So the odd New Zealand supporter. Not so many of them over here.
Well, a tremendous number of All Black supporters actually live in South Africa. A number of Cape Coloureds have come across from the Eastern Cape.
Quite remarkable, really, that they still support the New Zealanders. The All Blacks are their team, even though there are some outstanding coloured players now in the Springbok side. Habana's the one that stands to mind. Stands up there in lights, and they love him, but they still love this All Black side, and they still support them.
So some fairly grim looks on the All Blacks' faces. They're well focused for this. And here come the Springboks now.
Just wait for the noise. Listen to this.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is part of the road to France and the World Cup. And some of the players you're going to see on field will probably be playing their last home game in a Springbok jersey. So spare a thought for them and reward them with...
So Victor Matfield, the 52nd captain of the Springboks, taking over today from John Smith, who has played 46 consecutive test matches, but of course was injured last week at Newlands against Australia. So here's Matfield and the Springboks.
great line-out forward. Fantastic on opposition throws. He just studies his opponents. It's an area I think New Zealand will keep away from. I don't think they'll be kicking a lot of ball into touch. And that's Oz, big Oz Durant. Well, they love him over here, but he's been a great servant to Springbok rugby. Anchors the scrum. And whether he does tonight, of course, is a question.
So the players forming up now for the national anthems, and the New Zealand national anthem to be sung by Paul Wilson. So before the All Blacks perform the haka, let's go sideline Tony Johnson. And Tony, conditions couldn't be better.
Well, it's wonderful to be here, Nisbo. There's not a cloud in the sky. The temperature, it's not as bad as it might be. Although it's a blazing hot day, there's a nice cool breeze. It's not really going to affect the play, but it's going to keep the temperature down. The surface is great and the atmosphere just wonderful.
Okay, so the All Black haka.
Well, it's down to a fine art now. What a performance, and it is ideal preparation really for a team to have something to do as a unit. But look at the way the Springboks have stood up to the challenge, arm in arm. And that's the sort of thing you'd expect actually from a box side. Well, the stage is set. The moment is here. And I do wait for these first 5 minutes.
A rather pensive-looking Victor Matfield watching the haka. So the Springboks are peeling off their tracksuit bottoms, and it won't be long before this 71st Test match between the All Blacks and South Africa is underway. That was Alain Roland, the referee. He's from Ireland. Last did the All Blacks against Australia at Suncorp last year when the All Blacks had success there. He also did the match a couple of years ago in Pretoria when the All Blacks ran up 50 points. Scott Berger, he will be an inspirational player for the Springboks. He always is. Butch James, who wears the number 10 jersey. Many in South Africa feel there are better first fives around. We'll have to wait and see though. And Bobby Skinstad back in the number 8 starting jersey for the Springboks with the injury to Pierre Spies. A number of New Zealand supporters in attendance.
Local boy Greg Rawlinson.
So the kickoff at Absa Stadium, into the sunlight it goes, and Kelleher gets flattened immediately as the Boks come through, but the All Blacks have this one under control, and it's going to be fired back by McCaw, and Dan Carter gets onto the trusty left boot. And let's watch them as they pick themselves up off the ground. Poor old Byron Kelleher has had a few tough ones over the years, and he didn't have time to get rid of this. He was absolutely nailed by J.P. Peterson.
Well, great result for South Africa from the kickoff. You wouldn't want your halfback taking the pressure like he did then, Kelleher. First line out.
And it's not a bad throw either from Gary Borta. Some concern about him as the Springboks running a couple of decoy runners. And now Pienaar has it across to James. The in-pass goes to Osterront, immediately dumped by Jerry Collins. And now Pienaar feeds it off to Berger, and he's taken solidly by Carter. Keeping it moving though, as De Villiers, that was suspiciously close to forward. And the Springboks have it in centre field. Pienaar again. De Villiers hit hard and driven back by both Oliver and So'oialo. Tackling solid in the first couple of minutes of the game, and it's been turned over, and it's gone back for Major to put onto his left boot. It's a wobbly kick that goes down the middle of the park and is fielded by Ashwin Villensa. And he's taken just on the All Blacks side of halfway, and the Springboks should have this. It's yes, it's there on the Springbok side for Pienaar. A lot of movement early on here as Matfield is taken solidly by Aaron Major. And again, it's coming back. No kicking from the Springboks, which is interesting. As Rousseau took it in. Now here goes Pienaar again, looking to exploit the All Blacks out wide with Skinstone. Fires it across to Peterson. He kicks it and chases. Muliaina having to get back. They're coming at him. Oh, and he's lost the ball forward. He has to regather, and so the scrum will be set.
Well, what a great phase to start this game. That's Fenter sitting on the sideline. Some say he should be in the team, but the Springboks, what a beautiful line-out to win the game, and they've just kept possession. During the middle of it, there was a little turnover to New Zealand. They had a chance, but this is how it finished. Clever kick from the Frank Muliaina, losing the grip of it and forcing the mistake, or the Boks forcing the mistake. Yes, look at this, attacking scrum. The 10 metres out, big blindside. What a great place to attack from. So the scrum all important here. You can put your bottom dollar that New Zealand front row will be having a crack at this one.
So Anton Oliver just a little bit slow to get up there. And while we've got the opportunity, just a quick word to the Team New Zealand yachting boys in Valencia. I'm sure once they come off the water, they'll be watching this test match. Hope things have gone well and do go well for the rest of the regatta.
Wait, please, gentlemen.
So have a look at this front row confrontation. The Boks will be wanting to keep it square. New Zealand will be wanting to upset it.
So Pienaar feeds it. The All Blacks, it's a swirling scrum, but Pienaar cleverly picks it up. James flicks it back inside to De Villiers. And they still remain 5 metres short of the line. Pienaar looks as though the blind side might be his option. He gets the call, and a charge at the line from Danny Rousseau, and he's that close. Now the All Blacks a little bit thin on the blind side. Pienaar again taking a while to get it. The ball goes across, and Barkey's Borta is in touch. Referee's already blown the whistle. All Blacks offside.
The ball was slow. If that ball had come through quicker, I think they would have scored. And Rousseau got very, very close. Well, it was a great scrum, New Zealand. It unsettled the pack and almost unsettled the Bok pack and almost. So Matfield.
Yeah, the penalty was against Troy Flavel, just slipping a hand through and getting it around Pienaar's arm while he was trying to clear the ball.
And I guess in all fairness, it probably slowed down the delivery of that ball, Tony, which is why he was penalised, because he took his hand away, hoping not to get penalised when he saw the referee watching him.
So here's Percy Montgomery, 713 test points already, and this one shouldn't be a problem. And the first points are on the board. The Springboks with the early lead by 3 points to 0.
Well, there's such a lot of confidence here in South Africa. Extraordinary confidence, really. It's almost as though the victory in the Super 14 has charged them all psychologically. They just feel that they can do it. They're looking forward to this game.
Carter's kick, calling for this is Berger. Takes it with some difficulty, then manages to slip through a couple of tackles. And Pienaar gets it back for James. And a good clearing kick by Butch James, taking play down towards halfway, in fact into All Black territory by 8 or 9 metres.
No pressure on Berger then. He fumbled the ball. Can't understand. Oh, there's a bit of a wall up.
Yeah, it's a bit hard to get past 5 of those jokers when they're standing around. It was a tactic the All Blacks have used very well in recent years.
Now here's the first All Black line out. And the newspaper headline screaming at us when we got here to South Africa. They're going to attack the All Black line out. And Rodney So'ialo, I think you'll find he'll be a big part of the line out in this game as McCaw takes it in. And it pops out for Keller to have a dab, and away he goes. Support from Oliver. He slips the pass to Carter. A clever transfer to Toiava. And taken down by Berger, but the All Blacks are 5 out from the 22, and Oliver goes to clear. It's knocked down, and it's in the hands of Flavel, bashing his way downfield and laying it up again for Kelleher. Now it's with Carter. Long cut-out pass to Collins. Hasn't got a lot of support out there, but he got it back to Carter, and he's turned and cleverly booted it away. Just got themselves a little bit lost there.
Well, Troy Flavel rubbing his head, he got a bit of a bang. But first time New Zealand's really had the ball. And they looked like they're pretty keen to attack. Turiava just about getting into a gap, but well cleaned out by Berger, set it up. They moved the ball a bit, but the box defence was up. It was they were under pressure when they had the ball. In the end, Carter scrambled to touch.
So Gary Borter throws. Oh, it's a bit untidy. And
One too many. Nobody in the
the All Blacks have one too many in there, so it's a free kick.
Yeah, I think that extra one was Kelleher at the back.
Kick made from inside the 22 by Percy Montgomery, but it will be All Black.
I tell you, of all the stupid laws in rugby, this is the stupidest. The throw wasn't straight, but the All Blacks get pinged for having one too many in the line out. That's one that's going to go in this new set of rules that are going to be on trial soon. The sooner it goes, the better.
7 minutes gone, first half. Springboks leading. Scrappy line out, but Anton Oliver's cleared it away. And Kelleher puts a towering kick downfield. Willems awaits, and he's going to have to kick it himself. And he does a good job too.
Well, that didn't find touch, and it was able to bounce. So, well, that was New Zealand ball. That was Matfield competing. Great jump, Matfield put real pressure, and unlucky not to actually win one against the throw. Oliver was scrambled it back to Kelleher.
First two throws have gone to Sorialo.
This one goes to Flavel. Oh, it's untidy, and Borter, that's Barkey's Borter, is able to grab it. Now Pienaar across to James. All Blacks flying up in defence. Good hands from Jacques Paris. And Pienaar has to turn. Sivivatu going back as Pienaar zeroes in on him.
Well, New Zealand line out under all sorts of pressure. They've had 3 throws. They got the first. The next 2 were contested. Look at that. It's exactly the same as the one before. Battling to win their own ball this early in the game. It's not a great sign from the line out.
So Gary Borter, his first test start, and that's easily taken by Barkey's Borter. 3 Borters in the Springbok pack. BJ Borter as well. Now the All Blacks might have ripped this away.
Yeah, I think it's Soyalo's got it.
Yeah, Soyalo just about lost his hair then too.
It's pretty willing in there. And looks like a turnover again. Here's blindside. Here's a chance for Willems. Just tipped over by Kelleher. And they go into touch. The All Blacks had the turnover but lost it.
So fierce contest in that scrap area. So we couldn't see it on screen where the ball actually was.
Oh, Troy Flavel's lucky that elbow missed.
The old ankle tap. So New Zealand ball again. Where's it going to go? Oh,
again, it's been tipped away. Here's Pienaar to Berger. 5 metres short, right in centre field. They're lined out to the far side, the Springboks. Now James to Rousseau. Second time he's been really close. And ball is over the line.
Goodness me. 3 All Blacks had their hands on that. They held it up and he's given the feed to South Africa.
So look at this. New Zealand opting to throw it deep that far into their own territory. I'm surprised at that. And Soyalo was beaten. So close Rousseau again. Big pressure here on the All Black line. Once again, the scrum. Probably the best place to attack from.
Going blindside. Wonderful tackle by McCaw, has disrupted.
Oh, controlled by Collins beautifully.
And brought out by Carter. Hoofed away downfield again. James waiting right near halfway. This will come down just near the 22 and the captain wants it and gets it. So Richie McCaw in possession. The All Blacks trying to clear their line. It's taking a long time to do it. Now Major. And this is a better kick. It's not going out though. So Montgomery with Rokethoko coming at him. He lobs it away down towards where Carter's standing. And now Dan Carter, again, not finding the touch.
Not wanting to find touch, I think.
De Villiers kicks. Sivivato's in a bit of space. They wouldn't want to do this too often.
They'll attack now.
He decides to hoof it as well. And Pienaar getting back. Finally brings it under control. Muliaina closing him down. And this is in touch.
It was a great kick, wasn't it? He only had a metre to work with, and he got 40.
Boy, he had no room to move in at all. That's a fantastic kick.
On the line is your mark.
So great tackle on Skinstad. Who was that? McCaw catching his arm.
Different ball, please. It was different ball.
So it's the edge at the back of the scrum.
Now Barkey's board has taken an age to come back. Oh, I think he might have lost his boot, but the referee's not interested. So he's coming back with one of his boots in his hand. In the meantime, it's gone to Soyala at the back. Callagher to Carter. Collins battering his way through the middle.
Running into trouble. The wall is there. Slow ball. Oh, stolen.
Penalty. Penalty to the All Blacks. These guys here don't know. There's two games going on here at the moment. But the one that matters is around the ruck, where the Springboks sealed it off. And it'll be a penalty for the All Blacks in centre field.
Well, it's been all South Africa really on attack. New Zealand hardly inside the opposition territory. This is about the first time. Maybe one other little 4-8. But a chance to kick. And square the books.
He's kicking into a slight breeze here. It's not a great breeze, but still enough to make him really think about what he's doing. It's just a natural afternoon sea breeze blowing in off the Indian Ocean.
Daniel Carter's first kick of the afternoon. And he's pushed it wide. So disappointment for the All Blacks as the Springboks continue to lead 3-0, 14 minutes gone.
Well, it is disappointment, I guess. Every time Daniel Carter puts the ball down, we sort of expect he's going to kick it, even though it was 47 or 8 metres. Such is his accuracy. Long kick.
Byron Callagher waits for it. Off it goes to Jerry Collins. Bang, smack. He ran into his own bloke and it hurt. Oh, who was that? Tony Woodcock, was it? Oh, he's done some damage to his own man.
Yeah, in fact, Collins was hell-bent on hitting someone, and somehow he hit his own player. Look at this. He was just lining up the first player he could. Oh, gee. In fact, Woodcock was pushed.
I think he copped it from Berger as well, didn't he?
But Woodcock was pushed into the lane. Look at that. Thrust in there by Rousseau, was it?
BJ Border, I think, was it? One of them.
I couldn't work out how Woodcock had got in the way. Looks like he might be okay, but Rod, of course, Jerry Collins was wanting to soften up one of the opposition, not his own loose head.
Time on, please. Crouch.
Nothing really going for the All Blacks at the moment. They're probably lucky to be just down by 3.
I think you're right, Tony, as Pienaar gives it off to James. He changes the direction of play. Rokethoko's got to wait. It's an awkward one, but he's handled it very, very well indeed, Joe Rokethoko, and he heads off on a bit of a burst. Taken down by Osturant, right on the 22.
It's a turnover.
It's a turnover ball, yes, and they've got numbers too, the Springboks, but a lot of them have got little numbers on their back, which is a bit of a problem. And for the moment anyway, the opportunity lost now. Fourie, Montgomery, taken down by Collins, and they normally stay down. James now off to Willemse. Took his eye off the ball and lost it forward. And
offside.
Skinstad is offside.
Well, New Zealand needing the ball.
Which was rather cynical, really, because the All Blacks had a great opportunity for a counter-attack, and Bobby Skinstad knew he was offside too.
Was that Osdurant?
Yeah, it's one of the reasons they want him in the side, Murray. Not many props can tackle better than him.
So Osdurant pulls off a tackle on Rokethoko. But it was good to see Rokethoko having a go. I think New Zealand need to do that. Any ball kicked deep where they've got numbers, they've got to have the confidence to have a go, because they just haven't had enough possession. So if it's going to be meagre, they've got to utilise it.
Had no attacking opportunities inside the Springbok 22 as yet.
And this is about as close as they've been, and taken too.
16 minutes gone, and the All Blacks line out. Last couple have worked okay as they take it to the setup. Carl Heyman snaps it up, but there's plenty of green jerseys there to stop him. Kelleher now gives it to Collins, turns it back inside to McCaw.
Solid wall.
Now here's Flavel having a midfield charge. He makes a couple of metres.
He always seems
leaves
to.
it back for Oliver. And Anton Oliver. Kelleher, offside there by de Villiers. A mile offside. Now it's Kelleher, Carter. And this one might be too far. Oh, no, he's judged it all right.
Perfect kick. I thought it might have been a bit long too, actually, but Carter running out of support. There was no one outside him at all. He had no option to kick for touch. I'm sure that's not the game plan, but look, there was just no one there. But you're right, Nisbo. The defence was definitely offside, well offside just before that.
Take your space.
However, if you get away with it...
Don't come in now. Stay out. Stay out.
Border throws to Matfield. The All Blacks don't oppose.
No, line out was over.
Border takes it himself.
Stay.
And Pienaar, who's got a very good punt on him, lobs it down as far as Sivivatu.
They've got to
now
run.
Muliaina looking to counter-attack, but the Springbok defence has been very sound so far.
Well, there was no one behind Muliaina there. Jerry Collins had to run back and join in from almost the side. Rokethoko was in front of him. He was left isolated, which you don't want it against a side like this. The Springbok team, it's bees round the honeypot really. Wherever the ball is, they are there in numbers.
Ruben Pienaar is going to have a shot at goal. Might just be a bit too far for Percy Montgomery.
Look at that, two Springbok player over the top, all over the top of that ball, looking for it, deserving the penalty, quite right.
Well, it's a step
but
up
really
from Canada,
holding an
isn't
edge
it?
in all departments here. Possession, territory, rucks and mauls, even turnovers. So they've had a great start, the Boks. Their home crowd love it.
Now one of their favourite sons, Ruben Pienaar, from 52 metres away. What a kick. What a magnificent kick from Ruben Pienaar. 6 points to 0. The Springboks lead, 19 minutes gone. Dan Carter, as Flavel goes galloping up, but it's been nicely controlled by Matfield as the All Blacks try to shepherd them towards the touchline. Now Pienaar kicks again. So'oialo waits, and it's a play on as it's intercepted by Muliaina.
Brilliantly done and recovered, otherwise it would have been a knock on.
Now the All Blacks with a few numbers here. Collins fires it, it's a loose pass. Could have been nasty, but it's been snapped up by Carter. Springboks are really tackling hard.
Turnover again.
Matfield puts a kick in. That doesn't work.
That's a rock, hands! Away 7.
Should be there on the Springbok side. No, it's there for the All Blacks, and Away goes the kick. And Toiava's not sure whether he's onside or not. He's been told by the touch judge that he's not, so he doesn't carry on chasing. Skinstad's kick is straight down the middle.
Oh, got a counter on this.
Oliver gets it to Sivivatu. Now Muliaina. Just a little jab in behind the defence, which James covers. Now he fires it back inside. Oh dear. The touch judge flag is up, and I bet Butch James is happy about that.
A big sigh of relief, I'd say, to Butch James and all the crowd. It was a desperate flick inside. Well, New Zealand looking a bit dangerous with the ball. A little bit lucky there off the foot of Turiava. He didn't know where it went. I thought McCaw could have got a penalty there, but he was down, I guess, on one knee. But Matfield held the ball on the ground.
Halfway through the first spell. Good line out again, Flavel. Across the face to Major. Takes it into the heavy traffic and looking for quick ball. There it is for Greg Rawlinson.
He's the tackler.
Still got it just.
Well,
Now it's with Tony Woodcock.
If Alan
All
Roland
pressure
didn't see
on.
that knock on, goodness me.
Now the All Blacks get some drive. Working sideline, Toiava.
Oh, losing it.
And losing the ball in the tackle.
No.
Over the top here. Initially it was a knock on.
So New Zealand getting a little bit of ball, but under huge pressure at the same time.
For the knock on. Scrum, please.
Just looking to free Sivivatu there. Well, it's been a feature of the All Black play this year against the French in 2 tests and Canada. They've started slowly, and they've started slowly here again today.
Well, you're right. They did start slowly. I mean, allowing Kelleher to collect the ball from the kickoff, and then there was some other little incident. Yes, no pressure on the first All Black kick through.
Don't fade on the hit, please. Don't fade on the hit. Crouch.
But at this stage, the scoreboard not serious. Lots of time to go, but the Springboks are looking in awesome form.
Okay, I can't shout it any louder. Where's your mark? Crouch. Touch. Pause. Engage.
So the scrum is set. This doesn't look a very stable scrum, and in fact away goes Byron Kelleher, scrapping his way down inside the 22. Soialo frees it up to Flavel, charging. The All Blacks about 18 metres short. Now it's McCaw. Well, he trips over one of the Springbok bodies there, and so now it goes back to Kelleher. Way for Carter. Major. Toiava. And standing out wide is Muliaina. Getting quite close to that touch line, but the ball once again has been presented for Sivivatu. Now it's big Greg Rawlinson. Runs hard and straight into BJ Borta. Back to Kelleher, lost it. So he's playing advantage. Springboks should be able to get rid of this, but they'll go back to the scrum.
Well, New Zealand moving the ball, looking dangerous, looking like there was a bit of space. The last pass to Muliaina wasn't a good one, otherwise they would have been clear. But then the little mistake came, Kelleher. He's been breaking free though, Kelleher. A couple of little darts in this game, breaking the advantage line.
One promising sign, Murray, is that although the All Blacks have been under a bit of pressure at line-out time, their scrum is getting better. That last scrum they had, Byron Kelleher stole it. That's after, I think, a couple of uncertain scrum engagements from the South Africans. I think it's about the one bright spot in this All Black performance. That and the fact that, although South Africa has been making most of the play, they're only in front by 2 3-pointers. But look at the pressure here.
Yes, that's fine, but what's happening is one's going, the other one's following him. So
well, it is a bright spot, Tony, for sure. And it's a great thing about rugby. It's an 80-minute contest. And so often, as the game wears on, one side gets stronger and the other fades. I'm not sure if that'll happen tonight. We'll all have to sit and watch.
Ruben Pienaar feeds. Skinstad goes off the back. Taken by McCaw.
Hands away, Black!
So again, slow ball for Pienaar. for Montgomery as Carter flies at him, and it put him off to the extent that he didn't kick it out. Muliaina managed to get it in the end, and down he goes just on the Springbok side of halfway. Here's Kelleher having a lively game again, showing his strength, Byron Kelleher, and he makes a good 10 metres. Oliver's going to dig it out. Now it's with Aaron Major. Gets the pass off to Sivivano, who's dropped it. So advantage applies again, and the Springboks from near the 22, hoofing it away downfield. Isaiah Toiava, he's got plenty of time to sort this one out, and he's just going to bang it towards the touchline. I don't think it's going to find that touchline though. Jean de Villiers bringing it back. Toiava, copybook tackle, threw it away, and Flavel went off the side of the boot. If he'd kept it straight, it could have been interesting again.
Well, I agree entirely. De Villiers trying to get 10 metres on McCaw, trying to get the penalty. So a mistake, but covered up almost.
Got the rest of your players as well on the line.
And watch De Villiers point. So he's pointing at McCaw saying, you're not 10. And the good thing was that Turiava pulled off the tackle and he kicked it, so it meant everyone was onside.
Again, the All Blacks not contesting.
We have them all back.
Matfield gets a free jump.
We have them all.
Well, a bit of a drive for the Springboks here.
Ball is there, he's not going forward. Hands out, flags!
Got a bit isolated there. Now Pienaar. Soyalo waiting. And gets the mark and takes it quickly. Away he goes. He belts it off downfield. It's gone sideways though. It's with Williamson. Now it's Montgomery looking to get away from Rokafoko. He won't outrun Rokafoko on the outside.
No, but he had a go. Good on him. Oh, there it is for the taking.
It's there on the All Black side. Brought away by Kelleher for Muliaina. And he lays it back again for Byron Kelleher.
Here's ball.
Now a chance for the All Blacks. Quick hand, Sivivano put the foot down. They have too much pace. He's got to get round the last line of defence, which was Willemse. Couldn't do it. The ball is loose.
Still there, I think, isn't it? Yes, it is.
Too many green jerseys there for the All Blacks. And the turnover is brought away. De Villiers hands it on. Fourie kicks. Just another one of the poor kicks so far in the match. He puts it straight to Rokafoko. Now Muliaina. Game really starting to open up. Rokafoko gets it back. Brushes Pienaar away. Taken by De Villiers and a good tackle. McCaw, at least it's Kelleher. Carter having a bit of a look. Now he gets it away to Sivivatu.
Well held by Sivivatu.
Kelleher now. Here's Carter. Flavel, plenty of space. Rawlinson wasn't expecting the pass. And it was knocked down though by the Springboks. So it's advantage to the All Blacks. Haven't got a halfback as yet.
No, well, Kelleher's the guy on the deck.
So Carter hands it off to Major. McCaw crunching straight into Berger.
Advantage is over. Stay back.
Now coming back to the near side. Carter dabs a little kick. Carl Heyman is charging after it.
Oh, so close.
Guys, I don't want to start bagging the referee here, but his control of the breakdown is absolutely dreadful. The offside player, the Springboks, is just going unpunished, and that's the reason why they lost control of the ball at that previous phase.
What a magnificent little kick of Carter's, though. Space ahead of him. Heyman running up. I thought for a moment he might get a lucky bounce, Heyman. If it had been a wing or a back there, I reckon it would have been a try. So All Blacks moving back into this game, putting the heat on all of a sudden for the first time. Attacking line out. And they've got it.
Oliver throws to Rawlinson. Another clean. It was a shaky All Black line out at the start of the game. It's been better since. Kelleher drives 5 metres away. The All Blacks putting the heat on now.
Well, best attacking try situation.
It's there for Woodcock. He goes in low, but the Springbok defence has been pretty solid so far in the match. Now Jerry Collins just wanting to draw all the Springbok players in.
Playing the hand on the deck, advantage.
He's playing advantage All Blacks.
Well, they want to have a go there. They've got the advantage. They want to get it wide. They do.
They do free it wide. Off it goes to Major. looking to step past de Villiers. Ball loose there, and back they'll come.
I'll tell you what, numbers around that breakdown area, the Springboks are getting them there. All Blacks have got 1 and 2, but the Boks seem to have about 3 sometimes. So the game turns just a little bit in New Zealand's favour.
Shot, please. Stay on the 10.
For the first time, really, yes, they are opting to kick for goal. I guess they'd feel a lot better about having 3 points on the scoreboard.
Okay.
Well, just looking at the territory situation now, New Zealand have climbed back almost parity, 48%.
Gosh, New Zealand desperately needs these points. If they can get these points, something to show for their efforts in the last 10 or so minutes. And you've got to get the feeling that they've fought their way back from a very, very difficult situation.
Carter's kick is on target. So the All Blacks have taken 30 minutes to put points on the board. 6 points to 3.
Well, what a game of footy. What a contest.
Kickoff taken by Rokethoko.
So
Kelleher's kick is high in the air, and Skinstad waits. McCaw challenges, and it's knocked on by Richie McCaw.
Well, Joe Rokethoko, I'm very impressed with him. The confidence to attack, to take it to the opposition when New Zealand were under real pressure. He and Kelleher were the two that, and Muliaina, that have started having a bit of a go.
Here's a mark, gentlemen. Crouch.
And you've got to do that. You can't lose that confidence to attack.
Engage. Have it in 9.
Oh, look at that scrum. There you go, Tony. You'd like to look at that.
Well, great pressure. He gave him the benefit of the doubt last time for not putting it in straight away.
Jerry Collins smashes into Berger, sets it up for Flavel. In that goes to Carl Heyman. 5 metres in Springbok territory. Kelleher to Carter. Now Sivivatu drops it off to Toiava. Muliaina looks for support, gets it from Carter. Lovely work, Kelleher. Now Oliver. This is good stuff. McCaw running the angle. Lovely interchange of passes. Now they've got to keep it going. Sivivatu holds it up to Muliaina. All Blacks really starting to find their rhythm now. Major looking for support, gets it.
That's a rock, hands out, freeze!
15 metres away. And Kelleher gives it to McCaw. Hasn't got too many of his teammates out there. And Berger puts him down. Ball turned over. Now here's a breakaway by de Villiers, but the All Blacks close it down pretty quickly.
Play on.
Snapped up by Pienaar. There's been a lot of movement in this game. And a penalty. Holding on. All Black penalty.
Well, we've just seen a phase of play where it must have gone through 9 hands. New Zealand under huge pressure, but just moving it to the next man. Very clever into action amongst the players. It was like a training run, really. Sleight of hand, fantastic, but not really making it. Look at this defence. Schalk Burger picked them up, drove them backwards, turned over the ball, one movement. Brilliant stuff. Gave an overlap.
Hurt himself in the process. This was the breakout, but there weren't enough Springboks around, really, and it didn't come to much.
Well, we've got a real test match on our hands here. And there are differences, believe me, between test match and test match these days.
Here when we get into the red zone, he's delaying the quick ball. So
just seen that in New Zealand, haven't we, with a couple of under-strength French sides and a Canadian side. And now all of a sudden, whammo. A bit like the Boks last week against Australia, cruising with a weakened England and Samoa, and then all of a sudden they ran into Australia. And it shook them in the boots in this country. They thought they were almost bulletproof, I think, before last week's game. But they got out of it. They won it with a couple of drop kicks. And they are confident here.
Dan Carter to level the scores up. And again, he's wide. So he's got 1 from 3 so far.
Is that a New Zealand supporter shaking his head and a Springbok supporter shaking her? Side by side, they look like they were together.
Roland has warned Victor Matfield about his side slowing the ball down at the breakdown inside the danger zone, so maybe signs are that he's going to clamp down on that area.
Butch James. Kelleher waits. He's got Collins. Now let's see if he can do it without banging into his own bloke. Oh, bang. Hit Rousseau and hit him hard. Ball has come through loose and Rawlinson wants to grab it. Does so. Trying to control it. And it's been lost forward as the kickers are way downfield. Sivi Vatu. He's got all the time in the world here. And that's a useful spiralling punt.
New Zealand got to be worried about the amount of ball they're losing at the breakdown. They've turned over a few.
Yep.
I mean, there's no knock on there. That's off his boot. He was playing advantage, but didn't amount to much anyway.
Receiver, don't follow it in.
Gary Borter.
Oh, contest.
And yes, the All Blacks have contested and they've done well out of it. It goes to Kelleher. Now McCaw shoving a few away. A good run and he turns it up to Rawlinson. He in turn hands it off to Soialo. Now Oliver swings it wide to Carter. Major. It looks to get into the gap, but they close them down.
Green, run away!
12 metres in Springbok territory. Oliver, another penalty. And he's going to have a little chat here. He's had enough of it as referee Roland. And Matfield, who's a long way away from the action, is going to have to wander across.
What can you not do when there's a ruck? Right? Okay, you can't come in the side, you can't use your hands in the ruck. It's not open.
So Barkey's Border was penalised.
Huge many penalties creeping in. Silly penalties from your team. There's no need. They're cheap ones coming around the side or slowing the ball down at the tackle, okay?
Well, that's the second time he's spoken to him in about 3 minutes about that. New Zealand's starting to get their game going though, aren't they? The offloads, Springboks are struggling to match it, and you saw too the way that Richie McCaw just waltzed past Oosturand. Some of the Springbok forwards, I think, are starting to feel the pace a bit. If New Zealand can keep it close going into half-time, when you think about what happened in the first 20 minutes of this game.
Well, I think they've come back. I mean, that was a great example. New Zealand really contested that line out, and they ended up winning it. I mean, it's fantastic to win one against the throw when they were, as you say, Tony, under real pressure first 20 minutes.
Dan Carter. And bang on target this time. So 2 out of 4 for Carter, 6 all, and 3 minutes remaining in the first half.
Well, I'd say it's back to parity now. The feeling I have of the game so far, even on the stats sheet, possession 52-48 in New Zealand's favour now.
Kickoff is made. Rawlinson went to take it. He got bumped out of the road, so Joe Rokothoko stepped in. Now Kelleher. Again McCaw. Again Skinstad. Same contest. Oh, McCaw's lost it again, though. Now the Springboks got a bit of a chance on this side here. Oh, you can see that tackle coming a mile. Didn't manage to hold him, though, Sivi Vatu. As Scott Berger. Oh, they're onto him. Collins and Soialo.
Turned him too.
Oh, what a battle, what a contest. Well, you can give that one to Collins and Soialo. Scott Berger has been magnificent, though. He swoops on the ball, and he swoops on the action, actually, whether it's the ball or the player. He just moved it away from the contest area before, which gave the Boks a chance to attack out wide. And here he decided to take it in. A little bit high, Collins and Soialo getting underneath him, and Heyman too. Well,
All Black scrum. Soialo turns it off to Carter. Pienaar, though, puts him down pretty quickly.
Oh, they might lose this one. They have.
Been lost forward by the All Blacks. So Pienaar for James. He lobs it inside the 22. Muliaina having to get across, and No other options.
No, he had no option. Caught a little bit out of position. It was a clever kick, but now this is a great attacking platform.
Line out.
Again,
So
though,
Matt Field
Wayne, watch the front, okay?
reigning supreme in the line out till the last line out. All the others he's taken with ease.
That's the middle.
So there it is.
again though, it came from a turnover at the tackle.
So key position, key moment in the game.
All Blacks not contesting. Matt Field hands it off to Skinstad. Going to try and maul the All Blacks back over their own line. Looking pretty solid. Still there. He's got advantage. They go to the line and score. Might be Danny Rousseau. Try has been scored, but there's a bit of a bust-up amongst the forwards. I reckon it was Danny Rousseau who got the try, and just before half-time. Have a look at number 7 here.
He's in the back, all right, in the boots. Somehow he might have got the ball. No, it might have been the player in front of him, actually, Lisbo.
May well be. We'll have to confirm that. Maybe Skolkberger. And this is the aftermath, with a fair bit of pushing and shoving going on.
If I see him again, he's going off.
Well, he's just spoken. He's just warned someone with a sending off. It's Bucky's Bolter for the way he tossed Richie McCaw out of it, I think. But he's just given them a warning. Any more of that and someone's going off, and it's a warning directed at the Springboks.
Here's the conversion. Oh, and he's dragged it away. So Montgomery can't convert. The try scored in the end by Skolkberger. So half-time, as we have another look at this try. All Blacks just couldn't hold it long enough, and Berger, assisted by Rousseau, has scored the try, the only one in the first half. Players have gone to the break, 11 points to 6. First match for the All Blacks in the Tri-Nations this season. They find themselves 11-6 down at half-time here in Durban. Let's go sideline. Tony Johnson with Andrew Hoare.
Well, Andrew, it's a pity about conceding that try right at the end of the first half, because the guys had fought their way back very well from a bad start.
Yeah, obviously we weathered the storm for the first 20 minutes and looked like we're getting back into it, and we started getting some quick ball, but we've sort of dropped the ball there in the last 30 seconds, let them right back into the game.
Positives, I guess, the scrum's been very good. Line out recovered well, and the Springboks have battled to contain the All Blacks when you start moving the ball hand to hand. Yeah, no, the scrum's going very well, and like you say, the line out's getting our own ball now, so it's going all right. And just we need to probably get a bit more quicker ball when we get in behind them, and try and keep some of those boys from flopping on our ball. Yeah, breakdown. I mean, they're getting away with murder, although he has warned them a couple of times. But I think the All Blacks need to perhaps take a little bit better care of the ball. They've lost a fair bit in the tackle. Yeah, I think we need to put a few more numbers in there and be more effective what we're doing. You know, one man, one bullet when we clean them out. So hopefully we can do that this half. We'll come away with a win. So how are you feeling right now with 40 minutes to play? Reasonably confident. I was a lot more confident until they scored that try right at the end, but I think we'll still do it. So if we get that quick ball, we'll be right. Cheers.
So there we are. Andrew Hoare not required in today's match. Well, the All Blacks are back on the field. No sign of the Springboks as yet. But, boy, this is going to be some second half, Murray.
It certainly is. I thought Andrew Hoare summed it up pretty well, actually. The fact that he pointed out the fact that we didn't have enough players at the breakdown. And really, you'd think 2 or 3 would be enough, but I think you need 4 these days. And that's what the Boks are doing. So New Zealand needing to score early, I think, in the second half. If the Boks score early in the second half, it's going to be a mighty hill to climb.
Well, the Springboks coming back. Can't see it at the moment. The referee's having a chat to the 2 captains, and it might have had something to do with the little scrap that was on at just after the try was scored. Ross Filippo is part of the All Black reserve bench today. So all is in readiness for the second half. Capacity crowd, as you'd expect, 53,000. Another 40 or 50,000 out in the car parks.
Yes, it's amazing, isn't it? Twice the number of people that fit in the ground are in the car park watching it on the big screen.
Second half is underway as Carter gets us started. Matfield going back after it and controls it nicely. Hands it off to the try scorer, Berger. And the Springboks have possession early in the second spell. Just moving the All Blacks back a couple of metres. But it's starting to swirl around here. They might be in trouble if they can't get rid of this.
Hands off, Black 7! Hands away, Black!
It is coming for Pienaar. James is standing deep. And he's got to get plenty of time to make his kick. It's not out. So'ialo waits. Across to Muliaina. He in turn gives it to Sivivatu.
Space.
Now it's with Carter. Carter lobs the kick in nicely. He'll be hoping it doesn't go over the line. Well, it will do. And in fact, it's going to go dead. No, Montgomery
22.
Not prepared to wait long enough. And it'll be a 22 dropout.
Well, first little touch out wide, and they created a bit of space.
No more. Okay, thank you.
Well, the sun has gone completely now. The shadow of the main grandstand has been thrown right across the ground, so it won't be quite so warm now.
Let's play 10,
Temperatures at this time of the year in the mid-20s. Butch James from the 22. Again, Rodney So'ialo gives it to Aaron Major. The kick and chase from Major. Waiting across on the far side is Willem, so the All Blacks put pressure on him. And there it is for Byron Kelleher. And the All Blacks in a good attacking position here, near the 22, and Collins fires it away. Major's going with a drop kick, and it is down the middle. A second drop kick in Test rugby, both of them against the Springboks for Aaron Major, and it's 11-9.
Well, he's a cool cat, isn't he, this Aaron Major? He just neatly dropped the goal, then he spun around and headed back. Look at him, he's turned already before it's even gone between the uprights. I remember Grant Fox used to do that. But I'll tell you what, that's the points they needed at the beginning of this game.
Clinical stuff from the All Blacks. It's all about accumulating the points, and McCaw shoves a few out of the road, and away goes Richie McCaw. Taken down on the 10-metre line. All Blacks making a good start to the second half. Here's Major again. Getting it away from Montgomery and judging it nicely. He's putting on, oh, he had to go into his left boot. He's not too flash on the right. And touch judge puts his flag up.
It was a brilliant kick, though, absolutely brilliant. He had less than a metre, and somehow he gained his at 35. Well, Richie McCaw, sensational, through the gap. Clean line break. He had no support. He realised he had to take it down and set it up, and he did that well. So, yes, good start, New Zealand second.
Scout Berger wouldn't have enjoyed the way he brushed them off.
It's okay, sacked him, ball carrier. Lost it forward, Black.
Yes, he did lose it forward too. Was seemingly under control as they drove forward. Good to see it taken so cleanly without a contest there. So part of the story about winning a line out, of course, is manoeuvring. Throwing the ball where the opposition isn't as well. Yes, just losing control.
Ross Filippo warming up sideline.
Pause, engage. Have it in there.
Springbok scrum. Again under big pressure. Look at that. They've walked clean over the top. But Berger comes away with it. Gets taken by Kelleher. Now it's there for Pienaar. Feeds it across to James, having a go, but McCaw's got him. 10-metre line, All Black territory. Now Pienaar again for Matfield. Turns it quickly back inside to Rousseau, but So'ialo drives him back in the tackle. But it's there again for Pienaar. His kick is heading off down towards the touchline. And it finds that touchline.
Incredible result, really, from a scrum where New Zealand just overpowered the box scrum. Somehow it's... Oh, he's away. Sivivatu.
Quickly taken by the All Blacks, and they've caught the box unawares somewhat. And they brought it outside the 22 for Kelleher to make a kick. Montgomery coming forward to catch it. All Blacks will be getting there in a hurry. Rokothoko fell over. Pinar's kick is beautifully claimed by Rawlinson. Some of these Springboks are on the offside line. Here's Major able to get away. Oh, he threw the pass off. And now Butch James. They won't stop him.
Well, the two commentators find themselves looking at each other in the commentary position. Seized the moment, and Butch James did. New Zealand moving it around. It was a blindside tackle on Major, where the ball was desperately cleared to the wrong man, and Butch James took the moment. There was good space, good opportunity here. That tackle there, and Butch James saw the moment. He did. He just moved right in. Stolen and finished and converted.
18 points to 9. Butch James doubles his try scoring in Test rugby. That's just his second. But Aaron Major threw the pass, and the All Blacks do concede a few intercept passes. We know that. And Butch James had too much speed for Richie McCaw. And the Springbok bench delighted, obviously. So 18 points to 9.
Had he thrown the ball over his head the other way, there was a two-man overlap. New Zealand, it's a fickle game.
Now the All Blacks under some real pressure with 5 minutes gone in the second half. Very well organised forward drive here by the Springboks. Berger breaks away. Pinar has got the try scorer deep inside his 22. Heyman charges at him and does a good job too, because it's a very average kick from Butch James.
I couldn't help noticing the referee screaming out, hands off 7. 7 being McCaw, but he was 10 metres away from the ruck, so he's looking for that situation, I think.
Substitution for the All Blacks. Greg Rawlinson is off and Ross Filippo on an 18.
So a quick change made by Graham Henry in the second half. We've only had 6.5 minutes, and Ross Filippo, he made his debut against Canada last week. All Blacks win it through Collins. Carter now. Here's Toiava, who was very quiet in the first half, but showing good strength here.
But lost the ball, didn't he?
No, he's still got it. 10 out from the 22. It's on the All Black side. They're just having trouble getting it. Flavel turns it back inside to Soialo. Going to work it away on the blind side, but it's on the in pass to McCaw. You've got to hand it to the Springbok defence. It really has been outstanding in this game. Collins is able to breach it though. Big run by Jerry Collins. Kelleher went one way then the other. Now Flavel working the box left and right. Nice hands from Carl Heyman. Rips it across. Major drops it on the boot. Charges coming and ball loose. And
boy, there could have been a try there. All Black hand on that ball would have been a try. Now there's a big fight.
Well, the Springbok player who tried to take Rodney Soialo away was not within his rights at all. He was trying to grab the ball for a try. What's wrong with that?
Responsible for any foul play on green number 9, please. Okay, I'll check. Thank you.
Well, he's gone to the TMO. So Soialo here, the ball hasn't been forced, right?
So a try is still possible.
It's forced now.
Well, it was a great kick through. It was tremendous defence by Pinar.
It's come off Rodney Soialo's head. That's not a knock on. Oh, he's touched it down. But I don't think he can rule full foul play here, surely.
So Rodney Soialo still holding him in a tackle.
Well, he's not to know the ball has been forced. And in comes Percy Montgomery.
You getting any coverage, you?
Tony Woodcock helping out.
Well, it's not much going on. Percy thought that...
It was just an altercation between 15 green and 8 black. So go with your original decision, please.
Just restart with a 22?
Yes, correct.
No penalty?
No penalty.
Okay. 22.
So Hugh Watkins of Wales.
And 15. I want green 15. It's a 22. I want 8 black, please. You're not carried back? No, it wasn't.
Well, Richie McCaw asking there, wasn't carried back. I think it was carried back, wasn't it?
I think it was carried back. He took the ball just before the goal line, didn't he?
Instances where there's something happening after the ball is gone, okay? You're both held responsible for what happened there, okay? We're not going to have any more. I've had enough talking to you two. 2 captains, please. Skippers, that's it now. Okay.
Well, if that's not carried back, I'll go he.
I don't see it at the moment.
That's an appalling decision.
Time on, please.
And that could have a major influence on this game. Obviously carried back.
Because that would have meant 5-metre scrum, New Zealand ball. Oh. Well, it is carried back, absolutely carried back.
Anyway, play resumes as the dropout is made. It goes to Major. He's looking for Collins. Instead, he makes the kick. Montgomery charging forward after it. He does well too to retain possession. As Pina away to Willemse.
Oh, turnover.
Ball lost forward. It's out with Jerry Collins. Turns it back inside to Major. Ball knocked down again by the Springboks. Callagher gives it off to Filippo. Just newly on the field. And he sets it on the 10-metre line. Callagher. Now he frees it. Berger drops him. Suspiciously close to being a high tackle though, as Carter drops it off. Now quick hands required. Sivivado, another knock on. Just one of those days when a Springbok hand gets in the road.
Well, I just moving the ball so quickly, just away from the contest. Well, this is Callagher. It's his trademark, really.
Calm it down, I will deal with it.
But Berger was there, saw every moment of it.
Had to be pretty careful there, Joe Rokithoko, but realised the danger.
Yes, I think he did too, and allowed him to fall evenly on his body.
Substitutions coming up for the All Blacks. I think looks like Kevin Mialamu might not be far away from joining the action. And maybe Nemir Tialata as well.
Well, it's been played at a fierce pace, this game. Exhaustion on the faces, exhaustion and desperation on the faces of both teams. And neither team really getting a lot of space to work with. New Zealand trying to create space more than the Boks. I feel New Zealand are making so much of the play. South Africa trying to pressurise and cash in on mistakes. Good stable scrum.
As Keller gives it away to Carter. Puts a flat kick across. Montgomery reads it beautifully. And comes away with it, Percy Montgomery. Well, that's what experience does for you in his 85th Test match. All Blacks looking to have that low, flat kick across field. Good defence there by Tuiava. Springboks in possession, inside their own half by 5 metres. Berger. Pino's going to kick again. I think he's kicked it out on the full. Yep.
They're taking the quick throw.
Here they go. Carter heaves it wide to Major. Stepping his way downfield, but gets held up and in the end has to put it on the boot. This one gets away from Percy as Rokithoko closes in. And again, the experience of Montgomery. He's been round a long time. 1997 he made his debut. As the All Blacks go quickly again, they definitely try to speed this game up.
They are. They took 50 in the last time they threw it. They've turned this one over though.
Pienaar kicks. Major waits. Quickly away to Muliaina. Springboks coming up quickly. Muliaina flicks the pass wide. Toiava. Jacques Faris after him. Toiava's away. Fired it back inside to Collins. And Jerry Collins puts it on the boot. And it's in touch. But there's an up in tempo here. It'll be interesting to see how the Boks cope with it.
Well, there's no doubt about it strategically. New Zealand wanting to play, pushing the limits here. Toiava asking the question. Great pass inside, wasn't it? Collins running out of space.
Now the touch judge has something to say here, I think.
Yes. Black 7. Green 8. Yes.
They're wrestling, and then Green 8 strikes him.
Black 7, Green 8.
They're wrestling, and Green 8 strikes the
Okay, your recommendation from here?
Penalty against Green 8.
Just bring it back for penalty against Green.
Yeah, and centre of the field opposite me.
Okay. Thanks. Barnesy, send him over here, please. Well, he's warned them for foul play just before half-time, said the next player who did it would be sent off. Number 8, please.
Let's see what he has to say to Bobby Skinstad.
I asked you not to get involved in anything when the ball... Excuse me, I asked you not to get involved in anything when the ball was gone, okay? Penalty is going against you for an altercation against Black 7 over here. A penalty against Green 8. Back. Penalty here. You do sometimes get the feeling that these warnings are erased at half-time. Have any shot? Shot, please.
Well, it's going to be a shot at goal for Carter now. Let's see whether it comes from... it's a bit hard to see from here. Dan Carter, 48 metres out. Off the posts. Pienaar scrambles after it. Toiava nails him in a big tackle. And the All Blacks missed the penalty, but they have a good attacking line-out.
Well, it's ironic, really. The penalties, the line-outs are back where it was before the penalty.
Changes coming up for the Springboks. France staying on in 22 for Butch James, and you can see there in 19 Petri Vandenberg on for Bob Skinstad.
Time on, please.
Well, they probably felt they better get him off the field before they're down to 14.
Well, yes, but he's hardly been deserving of being sent off, really. I mean,
All Black line out, contested by the Springboks. And stolen by the Springboks. Another golden opportunity lost. Pienaar. Oh, Staines dropped it. All Blacks closing in. Mialamu couldn't put him down. But they're getting him close, and they're going to force a 5-metre scrum. Well, the golden boy. Oh, boy. The game will find you out eventually.
He's prone to making mistakes like that. He's a brilliant player. But, boy, that is not a good start. Too casual.
Just eye off the ball, I think, looking at what you're going to do next. But crucial mistake, great opportunity New Zealand now to get back into this game. They really do need to score here. So, small blind side, forced really to go the open side.
Osturant, that's as fast as he's run all day, and he's leaving the field to be replaced by CJ van der Linde.
So, New Zealand having one side of the field to play with, I think, or perhaps the scrum, if it's good enough, might have a go from here.
Kelleher feeds quickly, and scrum collapses.
A credible feed, number 9. winner.
Very crucial stage, the three wise men, intense, like we all are actually. I'm feeling pretty intense myself.
13 minutes gone, second half. Trapped in the back. Now Keller away for Carter. I think he's playing offside. Here's Sivi Batu. Elusive as always. And a penalty. And I reckon this might be a yellow card. Yep, he's gone to the pocket. Now this will be interesting. How will the Boks respond with 14 players?
Well, it was there on the back.
Yep.
No more.
You could see the ball there on the back of the New Zealand ruck, and all of a sudden it disappeared.
Having a shot? Shot, please.
Well, at 18-9, 16 minutes into the second half, you're looking at 9 points in arrears. I guess you'd have to take the 3 points. It is very close. It's almost a given for a man of Daniel Carter's calibre.
Pedri Vonenberg, he's only just come onto the field. He's going to have a rest.
So it wasn't Bobby Skinstad that was sent off. In the end, it was his replacement.
Well, it hasn't been a vintage goal-kicking day so far for Dan Carter. But this one is from a handy position. And through it goes. 18 points to 12. 15 minutes into the second half.
So a converted try would put New Zealand in front. So it was a good setup, it was a good drive, everything right, the ball was there, and all of a sudden it wasn't any longer. So I think the call is fair by the referee. I don't think anybody could argue with that, although I bet we'll find a few out there tonight that will. Especially if New Zealand were able to score while the Boks were down to 14.
So Francois Steyn, who made the original mistake, gets us going again. Now Kevin Mialamu. Smack into Berger again. Back for Carter. And that's a kick from Carter, which is drifting towards the touchline. Montgomery has it, though.
Back green out of the 10.
And this will be counter-attack New Zealand.
Muliaina fields it cleanly. Back for Carter, or charged. And into touch.
Good pressure to open the box.
Yep, Willemser it was.
And New Zealand ball. So Filippo on the field. Different line-out player. Maybe another option. Certainly adds a bit of complication for the Boks. Who do they defend against? Will they throw it to the new man?
Back it goes for Kelleher. Looking to step his way through. Gives it off to Kevin Mialamu. He in turn gave it to Filippo. Dropped it behind him. And the All Blacks are piling into this one. Just on their own side of halfway. And some stray hands in there, and Byron Gallagher is not happy. He's knocked it on.
He just about got through Gallagher. That's McCaw trucking on.
Time off, please.
So an injury break, giving both teams an opportunity to reassess. 14 men, the Springboks. The All Blacks looking to cash in on that.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm not feeling any easier. I've been like this for the whole game. The intensity of this match, the speed that it's played at, the desperation at the contest area, the fight for survival, the contest at set play. I mean, the whole script. And we've got a crowd, an expectant crowd, that is just glued to every moment. Just looking around me, the media, the faces on the crowd, everyone is just staring hard at the centre of action. That's around the scrum at the moment. And look at that stand.
Well, the All Blacks will undoubtedly have a go in this scrum. 7 against 8. Quickly freed away. They did well. The All Blacks scrambling through after this. Looked like a few
on too.
Yeah, a few knock-ons there.
On the pickup. Knock forward off number 8 on the pickup.
Yeah, well, there were a couple. So the scrum, the idea from the Springboks was good. It was clever. They said, let's put it in through channel 1 and clear it before our scrum goes back, and that's what they did.
No halfback seconds, let's get in, please. No
New Zealand
delay.
read it, and I think it was Richie McCaw that put pressure on Skalkberger.
Touch.
And he's the man now.
Here they go again. Oh, Rousseau's on the back foot, and the All Blacks have turned it over. They've got it quickly away to Sivivatu, and away he goes. 10 out from the 22. Again, quick ball required. There goes to Carter. Major. Now it's with Toiava. Toiava quick to Rokafoko. Rokafoko towards the touchline, and across it he goes. He was desperate to get it back in field. Couldn't quite manage to do so.
Oh, great attack, great defence. Both teams. New Zealand looking good, moving the ball, but South Africa were up to it. Have a look at this. Aaron Major, great pass. And this one here, Muliaina drew his man. He's got the gas, and he did a wise thing there. He went down low. He didn't want to be driven into touch. He did everything he could so that he wouldn't be driven into touch. In the end, he was. Even the old dive, tuck, and forward roll. Very graceful, Joe.
If fitness decides this game, it's a great opportunity for the All Blacks. I think the Springboks are really struggling to stay on the pace here.
Border throws, big line out, nicely taken down by Rousseau. And they'll try and slow this down as much as possible. The All Blacks looking to put pressure on.
Kick for touch coming up.
Now it's with Montgomery. The safe hands of Percy, but it's off the side of the boot.
This is one for New Zealand.
They didn't want to give it to Steyn, did they?
A 22. Inside the 22, a line out New Zealand ball.
Take the front.
Well, he did everything right. It looked perfect, didn't it? Except it did go off the side of his foot.
Stand out of the line, halfback. Out.
So Kevin Mialamu making sure that he's got the call dead right.
Is it Filippo this time? Yes.
Up he goes, delivers quickly to Kelleher. Out into centre field, nobody wanted it. Carter, did it go forward? I don't think so. Oh yes, I think it has.
Well, combinations, communications, a breakdown there. The crowd are actually applauding. And I think they're applauding the Boks defence, really, or the fact that maybe New Zealand made a mistake. It's a very rugby-orientated crowd, this one in Durban. They know their rugby. They understand it. In fact, all of South Africa, their crowds do. They're educated, rugby-educated crowds.
Here comes the big shove again. It's hard enough with 8, but with just 7 in the pack here, the Springboks
Stay tight and take the pressure, please.
are really struggling to hold this All Black pack.
3/4 of the game gone. This is the last 20. This is the one.
And it goes again, and away they go, but they've got it away nicely. And Pienaar happy to hoop it off downfield, and that relieves a lot of the pressure.
Well, they're doing well, really, the Boks under pressure. They are clearing the ball once again. They just want to get it clear. Bang, and there it goes. Peeling backwards. Rousseau did really well to get that away. Mind you, the way they were going backwards, if you had 3 more scrums like that.
All Blacks have taken it quickly once again, and here they go with Kelleher.
Oh, quick ball. Here it is.
Here's Soialo. 10 out for the 22. Now Kelleher, Sivivatu to Collins. Major had to take the tackle of Jacques Fourie. And to ground they go. Ball placed nicely for Kelleher. The runner's coming. Collins got the pass from Sivivatu. Bok defence being sorely tested. Here's Rokafoko away to Woodcock. Oh, he's lost it. And Pienaar again is able to clear.
And the Boks scramble out of it.
It's happened time and time again today, hasn't it? Some of the All Black handling and their maintenance of the ball and the tackle has been very poor.
They've taken it quickly again, and so Kevin Mialamu. Kelleher again. Now Carter. Carter looking for a cutout pass. Fired it back for Collins. Major gets it though, and Aaron Major puts his boot to it. Montgomery scrambling across, gets a nice bounce. And he decides to go himself, Percy Montgomery. Straight up the middle. takes the tackle of Sivivatu.
Well, he did well, Monty.
Now Steyn.
The big kick.
Flavel has waited back. Inside the 22. And, he's kicked it out on the full.
Yeah, but he had to take it up, didn't he? A big boy waiting back there, 30 metres to the next man. He had to charge it up.
He had Mills Malaina in field with no pressure on whatsoever. Could have cleared that ball.
Really easy for us to say, though, on the sideline. I know what it's like down there when the tank's nearly empty and these things happen. You make these decisions, it's a lot easier to do in the commentary box than it is on the field.
18 points to 12. Springboks lead. All Blacks have only ever won twice in Durban in 6 starts. Hasn't been a ground that's been kind to them. Vonenberg coming back shortly.
Well, they've done well really to get out of it during this period with 14 men in the box. They're just buying a bit of time here, aren't they? They've got it under control. And they're not going anywhere, but they're just buying 30 seconds. We haven't seen them try and make play at all, have we?
Steyn might have a drop kick here.
Well, he's always liable to. Rousseau. Now he's dropping back into the pocket. Is Francois Steyn, but the All Blacks might fancy the turnover here.
Counter-rucking. I think they've still got it, the box.
Now Pienaar away for de Villiers.
Well, this will be a turnover. Has to be, surely. It's use it or lose it, isn't it?
Oh, he's got the hand out. It's going to be a penalty, whatever happens. So it's against Kevin Mialamo, I think. Coming in from the side. Yep.
But all this goes back to the fact that the All Blacks had the opportunity to clear the ball downfield from their own 22 and didn't do so. How many times have we said that over the last few years? Changes coming up for the Springboks. Johan Muller on in 18 and Venan Olafia on in 21.
And Vonenberg back on the field, so back to 15, Tony.
Yeah. Just checking to see who's come off for the Springboks.
Nobody, I don't think.
I think might be Willems very slowly making his way towards the sideline. And Bucky's Borta.
So the penalty goal for Montgomery, 21 to 12, means now the All Blacks have to score twice.
Well, it does give them a little bit of breathing space.
Luke McAllister on for the All Blacks in 21.
You'd have to say the box worked for that penalty. They won the line-out. They had a line-out. It was about 30 minutes out. They won, and they just ground away, holding the ball in tight, just pushing away. So it was New Zealand that had to put the pressure on to try and win the ball. They made a mistake, penalty.
Aaron Major, the man off for the All Blacks. Luke McAllister on.
Beautifully taken by Matfield. And that's where he's so good, Victor Matfield, and the Springbok pack back to 8 now. Players coming and going.
Leave it!
There it is for Pienaar. Steyn under pressure from McCaw, gets it up high. So'ialo says, I'll get it. And does so beautifully. And bursts into the clear. Away goes Rodney So'ialo. Still going. What a run. Now can he link up? He got it away to Collins near the 22. Now Kelleher frees it off to Carter. McCaw. McAllister. Tipped on as far as Sivivatu. Springboks hanging on here as Kelleher goes for the run. Back inside to Filippo. Drops it on the ground, and it's in the possession of the All Blacks still. Kelleher, Sivivatu, again taken to ground. Superb defence today by the Springboks. Muliaina gets up and goes again. Just held. Now Kelleher.
Wasn't on.
Scooped up by Heyman. No way through there. Next man off the ring. Richie McCaw.
Oh, Captain fantastic. Absolutely outstanding. Body position, explosion. What a try, McCaw. Gee, New Zealand really opened that up, didn't they? They moved it well. They were desperate. All started with Rodney Soialo. Don't forget that run of Soialo is one of the greatest you'll ever see. Caught the ball high, jumping high, beat about 10 players, changed direction 2 or 3 times, just kept on going. And to boot, he offloaded to his mate, Jerry Collins, who ploughed up, set it up. The ball went wide, they had space. This is the end of it now. Richie McCaw picked it, seized the moment again himself and nailed it. You beauty, Richie.
Unstoppable. Richie McCaw ploughs through for another try, his 10th in All Black Test rugby.
That's the greatness of that All Black loose forward trio. Collins, Soialo and McCaw all involved.
Now Dan Carter to bring it back to a 2-point margin. And he does so. 21-19. Here come the All Blacks.
Yeehaw.
Okay, just to let you know, they're in and out when I'm talking clear. If everybody's in and out coming into me.
He kept his body so low. He saw the line. He didn't want to go 2 metres over it. He just wanted to get it over that white line, and he did.
Change at halfback for the All Blacks. An exhausted Byron Kelleher is off. Piriwipu is on.
Kickoff is made. It's going to be taken by Kevin Mialamu. Wades his way through endless number of tackles as per usual and gets it off to Wepu, to McAllister. He again gives it to Wepu again. Now Leon McDonald, who's on the field, to Sivivatu. Boy, they've upped the pace of this game. Wepu again to Soialo.
He's got the speed to break the line like a back, Soialo.
McDonald, Carter pops the pass. McAllister has to show good strength to keep going. Now here's Collins looking to straighten it up, and he does so.
Green away!
Boy, it's going to be a finish to this game. Here goes Toiava. Soialo again. Now it's with McCaw. Looking to link up.
Looking to keep it alive, actually.
Ball is laid there again for Wepu. Carter, kick and chase. Pienaar has to go back. He'll comfortably control it. Turns and kicks. Wepu.
Oh, brilliant kick, Pienaar. Outstanding. Whoop. Over his shoulder, almost in touch. They've got to run it.
They're going to. Here goes Joe Rokethoko. Can't afford to get isolated. Puts it on the boot and knocked on. So McDonald can scoop it up. Could fall nicely for the All Blacks. Collins on the inside. Rokethoko! See you later, Joe Rokethoko.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful, just wonderful. You may indeed put your arms above your head. It's a great game, this one. And New Zealand has risen. They've sped up the match. They've found space. They've kept cool. They've kept their head. And they've started to score the tries.
They've run the Springboks into the deck.
Jerry, 6.
I think we can stop any criticism of the All Blacks conditioning program right now. Right now, there is a huge gulf in the fitness of these sides. The Springboks are down to a walk, and the All Blacks are running them off their feet.
Well, it's not over by any means, this game, but you do get the feeling that New Zealand is still charging. So 60 minutes into the game, the Boks was still in control on the scoreboard. But this team, this All Black team...
Well, it's the old story. It's 22 of them, isn't it? The value that has come off the bench for the All Blacks so far. Here's Carter's conversion. 26-21. 5-point advantage with about 8 minutes left.
Well, love to see this again. Rokethoko, he did the right thing. He drew 2 men, in fact, and gave it to Rokethoko. A beautiful pass.
Here's the kickoff. Chipped down by Filippo to Kevin Mialamu. And Puri Wepu bangs it off downfield. Now Pedri Vonenberg going to come hard at the All Blacks. Saw Jerry Collins pulled out of that and went for Joe Rokethoko. Not for me, he said.
Yeah, well, I'd do the same.
Pienaar now for Berger. Sends it across. Maybe the Boks are going to have to give the ball some air. Kick through, but it's covered, easily covered by McDonald. Well, not easily, but he's covered it. And he just manages to control it.
Wriggle out of the defence just to break the advantage line, set it up for Carter to clear.
Fired back for Carter. And a towering kick downfield by Carter. Stain does extremely well. He's going to bring it back as well. He's got a long run. And then he hoofs it. Waiting for this is Sivivatu. Cleverly got out of the road and he hammers it away downfield. Oh, that's a good kick as long as it stays in. Now stop rolling. And it does.
No, it was a great kick, actually. And with an ounce luck, it could have gone into touch towards the corner flag. Well, Bobby Skinstad not as happy as he was when he left the field. He felt he had done his job, and in many respects he has. It's been a fairy tale comeback for Bobby Skinstad. Seemingly retired from international rugby, floating around, working in Europe, and then all of a sudden he got the ring from the Sharks, and he's answered the call.
Now the ball is with Luke McAllister. Kicks early, very early. The Stain gets a horrible bounce, but now he brings it under control and gets out of one easily enough. And he got the pass off, showing some real skill in doing so. Wepu goes back from the Montgomery kick, hands it off to Leon McDonald. Another kick from McDonald. The All Blacks happy to play it down this end now, and that's a beauty. Very good kick.
And Rokethoko up like a rocket.
Well, the Springboks have to chase the game now. They have to score a try for a draw. They have to score a converted try to win it. And they're not going to do it with drop goals.
But New Zealand also need to continue to push it, continue to move the ball around. That's where they've had the advantage over the Boks.
Contesting possession this time.
No, Tommy on the jumper.
And he's got the penalty against the All Blacks for pushing on the jumper.
That's in the line-out, I assume. So, Stain to touch. Springbok throw into the line-out, just on halfway. John Smith, he's a player I thought they'd missed today. I didn't think the spirit and morale would be as good without that leader of 46 tests in a row, but they've done well, the Boks. That hasn't been what's been short.
About 4 minutes remaining in the test. 26-21, 5-point lead, the All Blacks. They've come back from 21-12 behind. They don't contest again. Pienaar into midfield. De Villiers loses it and went backwards. He was going to signal a knock-on and thought better of it.
Yeah, McCaw's won the turnover, though.
Turnover. Oh, how can he give that ball? What he's saying is unplayable. Green going forward. I would say it was black going forward. Even so, I haven't had too many problems with the referee. I think it's been such a competitive game.
Well, I think early on he was guilty of only refereeing one side, Murray, but he sorted himself out from about the 20th minute on.
Off the back, Vonenberg got through a couple of tackles, then Collins lowers him.
Stay back.
Ball is there. Here comes the chase from Luke McAllister. Still got it. He's got support from Solialo. Now nobody there for him. Needs to fire it up. Does so. Not enough blacks there. And the Springboks doing their best to scramble this one clear. Ball knocked down by Filippo. Playing an advantage here for a knock on. Springboks have got to run at 100 metres. Instead they kick it out. And he'll go back for the knock on.
The heat is on, no doubt about that. Desperation now, and New Zealand supporters, you can see they're not comfortable. Nobody's comfortable. I'm not comfortable.
Well, it's only an intercept, isn't it? You hate to say it.
It is, and they're trying to. They're trying to move it. I mean, this is the area really that they've fallen short. The Boks is actually creating something.
Can we get rid of that football?
Had a little hold of his jersey there too, didn't he? Victor Matfield's been standing out in the backs waiting for a pass all afternoon.
So, where are we? Just minutes to go.
About 2.5.
Stadium clock says 1 minute 40. Nisbo would prefer that.
Yeah, me too.
As we count down the minutes, very interesting. New Zealand have dominated territory now as the game's worn on. 65% and possession 60%. Quite remarkable if you consider the first 20 minutes.
Rolls it in, unstable scrum. All Blacks disrupting the Springbok scrum for most of the game, to be honest. Now Pienaar. Oh, Steyn wasn't expecting it. He's in trouble. And it's going to be a 5-metre scrum. He wasn't even looking, and the ball hit him on the shoulder. He has a look at Ruan Pienaar and says, hang on, that wasn't for me, surely.
Look at the faces, they tell a story. So, outstanding position for this All Black scrum now to attack from.
All Black scrum today has been absolutely fantastic.
You could hardly blame Steyn there. It went between two players. So, the scrum has been terrific, as Tony said. More than a stable platform.
I think it's fitness that's done this today, though, Murray. I think much superior fitness by the All Blacks has been the key to this.
So they've been the aggressors in the scrums, and they're continuing to here. Really crucial stage. You've got 2 men on the short side and a good platform. So where will they attack? 4 on the open side. Sorry. Good scrum. Look at that beautiful platform. I'm from Jerry. And now they'll move it wide, surely.
Wepu waits. Flicks it back on the inside. Supposed to go to Mialamo. The siren goes. The All Blacks might even consider a drop.
I was going to say, finish with a drop goal.
No, it's a rock, it's a rock.
This is a good place to...
Ball comes back and it's snapped up by Troy Flavel. Don't have to do anything flash here.
Right.
The whistle goes, and the whistle should go to end it. And it does. A big come from behind victory for the All Blacks. The supporters are delighted, and so are the All Blacks themselves. 21-12 they were behind, but tries by McCaw and Roka Thoko have put them in front, and they've taken the test match here in Durban by 26-21.
What a wonderful game of rugby. What a wonderful contest. True test match rugby. They came, they fought, and in the end, the All Blacks, they conquered. A very narrow victory, but one they'll savour and enjoy for a long time.
Well, it was far from perfect. That was obvious. But credit to the Springboks. Their defence, until the last 20 minutes, was quite outstanding. Rodney So'oialo had a fantastic game at number 8. Boy, that would have erased any memories he might have had of Rustenburg last year. And Byron Kelleher tells the story.
Well, he was crucial at the beginning of the game, Kelleher, making lots of little breaks. And then Roka Thoko chimed in, Muliaina. But the bench, when the bench came on, it was that extra explosion, I think, from rested players that made the difference. It really did. In that last 20 minutes, it was all New Zealand in the last 20 minutes.
So 11 points to 6 at half-time for the Springboks. The All Blacks, though, in the second half came back, and they took the honours here by 26 points to 21.
Some phases they'd crack, and that's, I guess, what happened.
Well, they were
South Africa and the All Blacks. One that the South Africa would in the future.
Welcome back to ABSA Stadium, and the official presentations being made after the All Blacks have scored a memorable win. And let's hear from Victor Matfield.
We had them under a lot of pressure in the first half. Second half, we allowed them to speed the game up. Have a lot of quick throw-ins, and I think that's where they caught us. I think we have to work on that, get quicker to the line-outs and put them under pressure for 80 minutes.
But it was typical clash between the All Blacks and South Africa, hard and physical.
Yeah, it's always a great game to play the All Blacks. They're definitely the number 1 side for the last few years. But like you said, we had them till about 5 minutes to go, and it's just a pity we let it slip at the end.
Good luck for the rest of the tournament.
Thank you very much.
Our man of the match now, Vodacom Tri-Nations man of the match. I want to also welcome Mr. Albersbreed from Vodacom. Rodney So'oialo, our man of the match. And the Jenna Clifford Trophy. Rodney, well done. A game of two halves, really. The first half, South Africa running there, then you guys came back very strong, especially the last 15 minutes.
Yeah, like you said, very tough in the first half, and it wasn't until the last 15 minutes the boys started coming through, and you know the stuff that we did, preparation-wise, really came through at the end.
Was your first game of this year's Tri Nations? Was it important for you, obviously, to start well?
Yeah, definitely, most definitely, especially for the boys, to come here and to go away with the win. It's huge for us, and you know we're definitely delighted with that.
Well done on the win.
Cheers, thank you.
Captain of the victorious All Black side, Richie McCaw. Richie, well done. A very hard game. They all are against South Africa, but it was important to win this one for you guys.
Oh, really important. You know, we haven't had too much success here in the last few years. It's a tough place to come and win. You know, the pride and the passion that the Springboks have. And I guess our team as well was shown today in what was a real Springbok New Zealand test match.
Game of two halves. First half South Africa in control, then you guys came back very strong in the end.
Yeah, well, I think the Springboks started like that last week, you know, and we knew that was the way they were going to start. You know, the big men, and they really, you know, made us pay physically. But we hung in there, and half-time we said we needed to hold the ball, and if we could do that, we could up the tempo of the game, and I think that's sort of what happened, and you know, some cracks appeared, which we capitalised on.
Have a safe trip home.
Thanks very much.
Richie McCaw, captain of the All Black side, 26 points to 21. What a game it was, that close, right down to the end. Tony, from down near the field, back to you guys.
Well, Cobus Visa there looking after the presentation, match presentation, and now let's go sideline, and Tony Johnson is with the man of the match, Rodney So'oialo.
Yeah, and he's being surrounded by all the youngsters wanting his autograph, and fair enough too. Rodney, what a performance by the All Blacks. I mean, you were in a bit of bother in that first half, but you dug very deep and you've come away with a great win.
Yeah, it's a game of two halves really. It wasn't until the last 15 minutes, you know, all the preparation and the work that we've done, you know, beforehand really came through, and you know, we're really delighted for the boys.
Two key areas that you were, I think, markedly superior in today. One was the scrum, the other was your fitness levels. I mean, they struggled to stay with you in that last 20 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, it's a game of 80 minutes, and we knew if we, you know, continue running with the ball in hand and obviously doing those little things right, you know, we'll definitely tire them out, and hopefully holes will start appearing, and which they did in the second half.
Must have been frustrating in the first 20. I mean, we thought the Boks were getting away with a fair bit at the breakdown. They were slowing it down, flopping over the ball, and things weren't going too well. But once that got ironed out, you got your continuity going.
Yeah, I think the ref really managed that really well, and especially in the second half. And yeah, it's really frustrating when you can't get quick ball and in places like that. But you know, we just have to do what we're trying to do, and it's obviously clean out and try you know, place the ball well and get good quality ball.
Well, you go back 12 months and Rustenburg wouldn't have been your happiest day in Test match rugby, but to come back here today with a performance, you won the man of the match, and we congratulate you on that. I mean, that must make you feel real good too.
It definitely makes you a stronger man, you know, having little mistakes and certainly working on them. So yeah, really delighted to be back in the team and, you know, working forward to the future.
Well, mate, that's a fantastic start to the Phillips Tri Nations, so well done, and we'll see you in Melbourne. Enjoy this.
Yeah, thanks, CJ.
Yes, he did have an outstanding game, Rodney So'oialo, and I think we can go downstairs. I think Tony now has, we've got the score and scorers, of course, and South Africa had 2 tries on the board before the All Blacks did. Firstly, Stoltberger and then Butch James. At one stage it was 21-12, but then Richie McCaw and Joe Rokithoko the tries, and 26-21 was the final result. Now we've got Byron Kelleher live with Tony.
Well, Byron, congratulations to you too. I mean, that was it's a hell of a win. Wouldn't be your favourite 20 minutes for a team in the first 20 minutes of the game. That was tough.
Oh, I don't think it would be favourable for anyone visiting South Africa. They come out firing, and they're big boys, and they're very hard to stop, and they stop a lot of your momentum. But we hung in there and kept our heads and came through.
That tried just before half-time. Did the heart sink a little bit then, because you'd done so well to get back into the game, and then they scored a try?
Yeah, funny things, scoreboard doesn't really reflect how you feel during the game. The feel of the game was feeling good for us. We knew that we're starting to build momentum, and we just believed in ourselves and what we've been practicing all week, and we knew that we could come through. So tremendous effort tonight, and for me it's last game in South Africa, so I'm pleased to have a win here in Durban.
Yeah, because they haven't been easy to come by in recent years. But so, I mean, this one too against a side that had a tough game against Australia last week is a perfect start to the Tri-Nations, isn't it?
Sure is, and we haven't won here very often at all. It's a history of All Blacks, really. So to win on this soil is tremendous effort, and especially to come over 6 days before a massive test match like that really shows the true professionalism of these boys and also the coaching staff.
Once you got your game going too, I mean, there's some fantastic stuff in that last 20 minutes. Did you feel that they were really struggling just to stay on the pace?
Oh yeah, we definitely knew the momentum was starting to carry for us, and we had to pick our game up, and dare I say it, but reconditioning probably came in near the end there.
Yeah, well, we made comment about that too. Well done, Byron. Great win, and let's move on to Melbourne now, and good luck, but enjoy this one first.
Thanks very much, and thanks to all the supporters back home and families for getting up and watching it this early hour of the morning. Cheers.
Well done, Byron Callagher. And so let's have a look at the final stats. Wrap up, Murray.
Well, they look pretty good, really, looking at the stats now at the end of this game. An advantage to New Zealand in territory, possession, all over the place, really. Rucks and mauls, time on the opposition 22. But the one that I like, of course, is this breakdown turnover. That's the crucial part of any game. And the All Blacks won that 2-1, 8-4, in fact. One area, I guess, of concern. Handling errors 14-1, so New Zealand making just 4 in the second half. Remember, it was at 10 at half time, so great result really on the stats board.
Thanks, Murray. Okay, TJ now live with Joe Rokethoko.
Well, Joe, you've had some sweet moments, but that must be a pretty good one today, huh?
Yeah, nothing sweeter than that. We expected a hard game like that. Coming during the week, and the hype was really there. The first half was really tough. But full credit to the guys. The last 15 minutes or so, we just dug deep and we played.
When did you think you had the game? I mean, was it not till the final whistle? Or did you feel, perhaps when Richie got that try and the team got in front, that it was really there for you to take?
It took a while. It did take. It was frustrating. It took the last whistle to actually confirm that we won. But with Richie's tie, we knew we needed one more. In the end, we're just starting to play our game. We just started to kick more territory and put more pressure, which helped us in the end.
And you were getting to play the game at the pace that you like, and they were really battling to contain you, weren't they?
Yeah, we could have had more opportunities in the first half, but a few knock-ons let us down. And we wanted to play the game. As ABs, we like to throw the ball around and expand, show our talents. And we got caught up a few minutes there, but in the end, we came on in the end.
Well, Joe, I guess we all know how hard it is to win away from home in the Tri-Nations. This is a great one. Enjoy it, huh?
Cheers, Tony. Thank you.
Yes, he got one of the 2 tries, Joe Rokethoko. First one scored by Richie McCaw, the second by Joe Rokethoko. And now we're going to hear from Graham Henry. He's downstairs with Tony.
I tell you what, he's got more of a smile on his face than he did before the game. Graham, you'd be proud of that effort by your team.
Oh yeah, they showed a huge amount of intestinal fortitude, guts, backbone to come back when we were well down, scored 2 tries in the last 15. Shows the fitness of the guys. So that conditioning window is starting to work, Tony.
Yeah, don't worry, Graham. We said that during the game.
But it just shows the character of the people involved, and that was great.
Yeah. I mean, how frustrating was that first 40? Because they were hustling and bustling. A few mistakes, particularly at the turnover. Line out was a little bit scrappy early on. How were the fingernails halfway through the first half?
Oh, it's pretty ugly, wasn't it? Ugly first half. We took a while to get into the rhythm. We got better as the game went on, but we've got a lot of things to work on, Tony, which is great. I think we can go up 40% on that performance.
Second half, though, there was some pretty special moments in that.
Oh yeah, yeah, not denying that. The big thing is that they're prepared to play rugby and chance their arm to get back on those points down, which I think is crucial for this team.
Do you think perhaps too a key moment was the sin binning? Because we felt that they got away with a bit in the first 20, particularly at the breakdown. And when the referee really started cracking down on that area, perhaps helped you to play your game a bit better.
Well, I thought the referee was very good. He's one of the best referees in the world, and he's trying to make a spectacle. And he cracked down on people slowing the ball down at the ruck, which is good.
Okay, so on to Melbourne, but I imagine the boys will enjoy this one before they head out for that game.
Oh, we're very socially quiet, really, as a group, Tony, you know that.
Some of you are.
Yeah. No, we'll have a pleasant time tonight, enjoy each other's company, and we'll think about Melbourne when we get over there.
Yeah. Graham, congratulations. We know how tough it is to win here, and that's a very good result for you.
We're delighted. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, and so he should be too. The All Blacks look to be down and out, really, at 21 points to 12. And they weren't able, Murray, the interesting thing, to cash in on the 14 men at one point, 10 minutes, and Springboks held out one at that point.
Oh no, you have to admire the Springbok team. They don't have the same sort of finesse, I think, and ability to move and create space that this All Black side does. But talk about commitment to the task in hand, and united force that they have to hold out during that period was quite remarkable. But I think Graham Henry's buoyancy, I think, is quite justified, because this All Black team did come through in that last 20.
So just in summary, the Springboks led at half-time by 11 points to 6, but the All Blacks have won this game in Durban tonight, scoring 2 tries, 26 points to 21.